Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gautam Heble and this is Autofly. Today I'm going to talk about this bike, which is the Duke 200. I have owned this bike for 8 years. So I'm really excited about today's video. I'm going to share my experience with it, what kind of servicing I've done and what kind of problems I'm facing currently and have faced in the past. So stick around and hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. So first I'm going to talk about the design of this bike. I'm going to give you an overview of the specifications, and then I'll talk about the good times I've had with this bike, the bad times I've had with this bike, and in the end, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll talk about why I owned this bike for 8 years and what is so special about this particular bike. So when we talk about the design of this bike, in 2012, this was one of the leading bikes in India and the most special. People were dying to own this bike. So I was one of the lucky ones to get this and I feel so special. But now this bike has become very common, as you would know. A lot of people own this bike. It's getting too common and it's lost its charm basically. But this bike in its time was amazing. Best in class, most powerful, and the sound was a little controversial, but I like the sound. So now when we talk about the design, I think the design looks amazing. This orange color was something which was not available in the market anywhere, and this was like a signature color of this bike. So I loved this design at that time. Now the cuts in this bike are sharp edges everywhere, which gives it a very sharp and mean look. And the seat is not the most comfortable, especially for the pillion rider. And if you have a pillion rider, then you as a person, your knees get cramped, especially if you're tall, like I'm 6 feet tall. So I find it a little uncomfortable if there's someone sitting behind me. Now when it comes to the engine, so I'm going to talk about the positives and the good times I've had with this bike. So the pros. Now the engine is extremely powerful. For a 200cc, it's one of the most powerful engines. And as a beginner, I was exhilarated by the power because it's uncontrollable. The throttle response is sharp, it's rough, it's mean, and it was amazing. So now a 200cc 4-stroke engine, so very reliable engine, and 25 horsepower, which is a lot for a 200cc bike. And the bike weighs only 126 kilograms. So the acceleration is madness. I still remember the first time I rode this bike. It was, I don't have any words to explain it. I was on top of this world. Now the fuel capacity is a little less. It's about 10 liters. So the mileage is 28 to 32, depends on how you ride. And it's difficult to ride this bike slowly. So the next positive I like is the bike has inverted WP suspension in the front, which is very good. And even in the back, it has a monoshock spring, which is also WP. The wheels are wide, so it gives a good feeling and it can really go fast, this bike. So there's no issue with that. All LEDs, which are very nice, except the headlight. The headlight is a traditional yellow light, filament as far as I know. Another positive or great thing about this bike is hardly any vibrations. At the time, when this bike launched, there were a lot of bikes available, not a lot actually, very few, especially 200cc bikes. And this bike had little to no vibrations, especially when it was new. And that was really nice. So, and the other thing is the sound. So I'm going to start the bike now so you can hear the sound. This bike sounds good. Let me know in the comments what you think about the sound. Now I'm going to talk about the main negative points of this bike. So one big problem is that this bike does not have ABS. It has disc brakes in the front, disc brakes at the back, but no ABS. So as soon as you jam on this brake hard, your bike will skid. Of course, if you control it, then it's fine, but your back tire just gets locked, and that's a little problem. So that is a very big issue. The second issue is, if you come close here, this is the WP suspension. This bike has an inverted suspension. So one very big issue which I've faced is that this particular seal which holds in the suspension oil here, this breaks all the time. So as soon as this cracks, oil starts leaking onto this cylinder, this inner tube, and it leaks into the brake. So once the brake gets filled with oil and gets soaked, especially the brake pads, this starts making a very weird noise, like a squeaking noise when you brake, only at slow speeds, not at high speeds. But that's an issue, and every time this happens, you have to change your oil seal, which is here, and you have to change the brake or get it cleaned. At least the brake pads you have to get cleaned. And cleaning it is not the most effective because the noise still comes, or you can change it, but that's an added cost all the time. The main problem is dust causes this to happen. Dust, small stones, sometimes they go into this and just crack the oil seal. So that's a big problem, and that costs about, the whole thing would cost about 1200 rupees. So that's quite a bit all the time to spend on. The other thing is the ground clearance. So if you look at this bike, it's not got the best ground clearance. So this particular area always hits something. And I mean, the Indian roads are not the most perfect. I think everyone knows that. So as soon as you bump into something, it hits this, which is the engine oil sump. And if that gets damaged, that's a big problem, and your bike could immediately shut down. So you've got to be careful about these things. The other thing which I mentioned earlier, the pillion rider. Now the pillion rider sitting on this bike is not comfortable, especially when you're going fast, so you can't really accelerate. And on long rides, if you have a pillion rider and you're sitting in the front, especially if you're tall, it's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. For a matter of fact, even if you're alone, it's very uncomfortable because your legs are completely folded. So I've had this problem many times. I've gone on long rides before, and your legs start to cramp, pain. So that's an issue. Now I'm going to talk about the issues that I've faced with this bike. Now in 8 years, I'm sure you can imagine there are a lot of problems that I could face because it's a machine and machine needs maintenance. Not that I've not maintained it, I have maintained it very well to the best of my capabilities, and as often, all services on time. So that way it's not an issue, but I mean, some things you can't control. So now we live in a humid city. It's Bombay. So humidity is causing a lot of rust to form. So there's rust everywhere. And everything cannot be changed as these kind of nuts and bolts are not available with the service center. And soon this is going to become an issue for me because this is the brake. It's working fine, there's no problem. This is the brake. So all this rust, these bolts, nuts can just crumble one day. I have used anti-rust spray, but it still rains a lot. So I can't control everything. And it's all over the engine. So if you look at the clutch lever, I mean, all these nuts and bolts, everything is rusted. And it's weird because some things are rusted and some things are not. So I don't understand. The next thing is seat wear and tear. Now, I've changed these seats twice, I think, in the past. And still, I mean, there's a lot of wear and tear if you come closer. All this. And these kind of paint damages, which of course happens. All this. And even here, scratches. So I'm planning to change the sticker as it's worn off now. Maybe I'll change the color. Let's see. I haven't decided. The other issue is because of the nuts and bolts rusting, the airbox under the main seat is kind of broken because the nut has broken on one side. So it doesn't, I mean, it's a little loose and they are not giving me a solution on how to fix this. Maybe I have to change the whole airbox, but it's not, they don't know exactly what to do because they have not faced this problem before in the past, the service center guys. But I mean, I'm sure they'll figure it out for me. So that's an issue, but there's no problem in throttle response or anything, so that's okay. The next thing is the mirrors. So the mirrors, this is simple wear and tear. But because of that, I have to change the whole mirror, which I will do step by step. And even the throttle, the accelerator, this is all worn out. The bike doesn't look the best and I feel bad, but I'm trying to improve on things slowly because it's kind of expensive. The other thing which is a huge issue right now is the throttle body. So the throttle body is, the return spring of the throttle body is kind of stuck. Not stuck, but it's lost its tension. So when I accelerate, the accelerator stays a little like maybe 5%. It stays accelerated for like 5% and then it goes back to normal. So that's a problem for which I have to change the whole throttle body. So this is like normal maintenance which has to be done, and things will start to get worse now. The bike has not done too many kilometers, it's done about 30,000 kilometers. I have also changed the display because I used it, I think this I had done last year. The display had holes because of wear and tear here, and water seeped in and then it conked off. So yeah, these are the main issues that I've had. Now I want to tell you why this bike is so special to me. This bike was one of the first 200 bikes to be sold in India. I was one of the first 200 customers to buy this bike. So this bike is exclusive. Another reason I also like this bike so much is because I bought this bike on my 18th birthday. So it has extra sentimental value. When I went to Europe, I actually went to Europe for 1 year. So during that time, I told my family, you're not selling this bike, keep it and please use it and please take care of it. So to conclude, I think this bike has great power, great reliability. My service costs average to about 8,000 rupees a year, which is kind of expensive, but I think it's fine for this kind of bike. The downsides, the ground clearance, which is a little problem, and also the comfort of the main rider seat, because if you're tall, it's a little difficult, especially on long rides. So it's not the best. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon for you to get notified every time I put a new video. And click here for seeing my previous video and here to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed today.